everybody, and welcome. I'm your host, Liney Stickman. In case you couldn't tell, I'm a Stickman. Anyway, today we're going over Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I review all sorts of things, so if you want me to check anything out and review them, leave them in the comment description. The thing below, you type things, tap things, I don't know if you're on a phone, whatever. I don't know, maybe in the future you can just look at it with your eyeballs and be like, maybe it's connected to your brain now. I don't know, we live in the future nowadays, don't we? I don't know. We're still a bunch of fools fighting over stupid. Anyway, we're going over Suicide Squad. So a few things to note here. First of all, I'm drinking Gamer Milk in case you couldn't tell. Crack open a beer or soda if you want, I don't know, but I got my Gamer Milk here. But we don't have time for drinking now, do we? No. Get my papers. Let's see here. We got a few things to note. I've written them down just here. Few things to note. I did some very tiny bit of research, so this couldn't all be wrong. But first up here, we got this is made by Rocksteady, same developers who made Batman Arkham games. Not the same development team, supposedly. Not sure. Apparently, they saw what was going on with this game and they kind of left. So this is a completely different team, but it's still made by Rocksteady. I don't know. Anyway. Number 2 on the list here, Arkham Knight. This takes place a few years after Arkham Knight, where Batman supposedly died, but in this game, this takes place in the Arkham universe, simply stated. Number 3 on the list here. This game took approximately, they had about 9 years to work on this, and they had to restart the game mid-development. So yeah, you can see where this is going. A final point, this is just my honest review of the game. This is going to be filled with spoilers and the gameplay in the background. It's from a stream we did. You can really find us. Links in the description, merch, and all that. Alright, pretty cool. Support us. Hell yeah. If you notice my frames dropping here, it's because it's on PC. And as always with PC games, unfortunately we get poor releases when the game just comes out. Unfortunately, I was one of the unlucky ones that got a bad performance when I played the game. But it is what it is. Let's start with the story, shall we? Basically, what's going on here, Amanda Waller brings you out of prison sentences and sticks you with these nanite bombs in your head, and they're like, and then she starts bitching at you like, oh, well, if you don't do what daddy tells you here, I'm gonna make them go kaboom and you're gonna die. And then they're like, oh, okay, what do you want us to do? Oh, save the world, so this way I can control it. To overall summarize this game with everything, not just the story, I would call it disappointing. The story doesn't really know where it's going, it doesn't even know how to continue. It's more of just a gigantic tutorial of a game. It's really just a kind of funny movie in a sense with no story. You kill the Justice League, sure. There's no meaning to it, there's no reason behind it. It's just, okay, Justice League have been mind controlled, now you have to kill them, and that's that. And then you have to go kill Brainiac. The story, in simple terms, has no idea what it's doing. The missions are not good, they're kind of the same, kill certain enemies, or you're defending A, B, and C, or defending and escorting something. It's all the same. Even the boss battles are not that interesting, to be honest. Killing the Justice League members themselves, you only kill 4 of them. In certain movies, TV shows, and even comics, there's 7, sometimes more, sometimes a bit less. Sometimes there's Cyborg, sometimes there's Martian Manhunter, sometimes there's Aquaman, sometimes there's Hawkman, Hawkgirl, all of them. But in this, there's only 5 Justice League members, 4 of them of which got mind controlled, 4 of which you kill, 1 of which just dies on their own. In terms of story for Batman, kind of disappointing the way they brought all this together with him. He died as a superhero, a legend in Batman Arkham Knight, only to bring him back in this game and say, hey, not only am I alive, but I'm murdering people and trying to destroy the world. What makes it worse is it's not even a meaningful death the way he died. There's nothing special, no I am Batman type thing, get back up, a glorious fight. No, he gets shot in the face and he's dead. That's how all of them are. You literally shoot them, no interesting cutscene, nothing. So yeah, in short, story kind of meaningless, kind of boring. It's really just a lot of humor and a bunch of cutscenes. So gameplay, very repetitive. I personally really love the combat. It's a third-person live service sort of shooter game. You can play by yourself if you would like. I played with Chris and Joe, as you can see in the background, but it has the start of something good. There's lots of fun traversal, some decent enemies, there's some decent maneuvers and combos you can do. but overall it's very basic. It's not all that interesting. It's more you just have a gun and you kind of just shoot some enemies, or you stun them with your counter shot and then you melee them, but that's really it. No finishing combos, there's no multi-weapons like there was in Arkham Knight. There's just 2 guns, a melee weapon, your traversal, and some grenades. There's 2 or 3 enemies. All the rest are kind of the same. The concept of them are the same. You shoot them, you damage them. If they go up with a shield, you do a counter shot, and then you melee them to get shield back, and that's the end. The skill tree, kind of boring. When I mean kinda, I mean very boring. Skill tree is not interesting in the slightest. It's all just small percentage boosts with your character. The missions are all basically the same. Like I said, there's 3 or 4 different types of missions. Defend A, B, and C, defend an escort, kill a certain amount of enemies, and that's really it. Or do a race from Riddler, and it's all the same, just sort of retextured in a sense. You know, Waller's like, oh, okay, well, you defended that. Okay, now we need you to go across the map and defend this one. Now we need you to come here, talk to us for 5 minutes, then go across the map again. Thank you. And let's get into Amanda Waller, the worst part of the game, I think. Not only does she not shut up about her not getting what she wants, she also literally restricts you game-wise. If you're online with another player and you get too far, I'm not gonna say it's terrible. It has some good in it. It has a lot of humor, which I loved. I love the character. There's a lot of amazing character dialogue and shared humor between them. The cutscenes do look amazing. And the combat, honestly, it can be enjoyable plenty of times. The city itself looks amazing. It's not terrible, just disappointing for what the game was meant to be. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League is a big name. Killing the Justice League, again, there's 4 of them, and then you go after Brainiac. The battles are meaningless. I mean, they're interesting, sure, you know, Flash makes some tornadoes, or energy balls, he runs around, but then when you shoot him, again, he is just dead. There is no cutscene showing last minute fight. Same thing with Green Lantern. Batman is probably the longest death, and then Superman pops up. You finally get to hear Superman say something. He has all of like 10 lines in the game, and then again, you kill him, completely meaningless, nothing happens. Then you move on to Brainiac. You see him, you fight him, you kill him, that's that. Overall, the game is highly disappointing for what it was meant to be. It's still got a lot going, still got a lot of good, but it's just very, very disappointing. It's not worth buying unless there's a really good sale. Once you beat the game, you do some leveling, you lose interest real fast in this game. That's basically the best way to describe it. Hopefully I wasn't too confusing. Hopefully this review helped, possibly. Let me know if you want me to review anything else. I may do a review of Dokkan Battle soon, because this game is aggravating, so I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll talk about it. I'm gonna drink my game of milk, I'm be gone. Thank you for watching, check the links in the description and stuff. Liney, Stickman, out. Bye.